right, people, let us get this done. Welcome to the session, and we are looking at critical soft skills for business result acceleration. You know, nothing accelerates a business like soft skills, like essential skills. There is even a talk now that we should stop calling it soft skills, but we should call it essential skills because they are so essential in succeeding in whatever you do. You know, let's say you run a restaurant. You may have the hard skills of cooking the food in your house or in your kitchen. But if you lack the soft skills of serving the food right, the soft skills of relating with customers, the soft skills of managing money, and many of these soft skills, you are not going to have a successful restaurant. So in business, actually, soft skills are more important than really hard skills. That is why you see people who are only into buying and selling. They are very successful. They are not manufacturing anything. They are only using soft skills to succeed and make millions in business. So there is no way that you can really experience exceptional success in business without understanding certain critical soft skills as a business person or professional. And that is why I have been observing you guys, and I said it's about time for us to pick out. And of course, the other morning sessions that we have had so far, we have been handling some soft skills, of course. Ambition is a soft skill. Persistence is a soft skill. We have been working on these, but now this, let us handle it more specifically. So we're going to look at a couple of them. I think about 15 of them or so that I've put them together. We're going to do them in 2 sessions. So the first skill, which I've been talking about a couple of times, is the skill of communication. Communication. It is totally difficult for any business person, for any entrepreneur, for any executive working in a company to rise to the top and to produce results if you don't know how to communicate. If you don't know how to influence people through the things that you say. Communication has been said to be the lifeline of every thriving business. So if there is something that you must do to be good at and to keep growing, it is communication. And communication nowadays is it's like an ecosystem right now. So it ranges from being able to communicate with somebody one-on-one, being able to carry out a presentation, being able to speak to a group of people or to a large group of people, being able to use videos to engage and transfer information, being able to use written, what now called content creation, to communicate, being able to listen to somebody attentively so you can be able to share or respond to what they were saying. All of these things makes up communication in this age as far as business is concerned. So we need to train ourselves in this particular area. One thing that I try, like this Mini-MBA program, one thing I do a lot in a Mini-MBA program is to push as many people to talk as much as possible, because you cannot read communication and understand or know how to communicate. You become a good communicator by communicating. So you are doing yourself a disservice. You are on a disadvantage if during the morning school like this, when it's time for people to share what they learned and all of that, and you are not talking. Worst of all, you're somebody who is afraid to talk in public. You are afraid to say things when others are talking. You have low self-esteem. You will never conquer that if you are not actively communicating. When I'm coaching somebody on public speaking, for example, one of the exercises I give them is that for the next 30 days, they should submit a video to me of them talking about anything on a selfie video for at least 2 minutes. Just talk. Just put a selfie video, talk into the camera, and send to me. And you should start doing that. That is how you grow in influencing people through public speaking. So I want to challenge us. You need to build yourself. You need to intentionally invest time, resources, get coaching if you can, when it concerns the ecosystem of communicating, public speaking, presentation skills, video, communicating through video, audio, written content, one-on-one communication. You need to master all of these in this age if you must win in business. Virtual communication, very important. Knowing how to engage people through a virtual platform like what we're doing right now. Many of you need to wake up. You need to wake up in this area. Know how to speak with a good tone, with a positive tone. Know how to listen when somebody's talking without interrupting. Imagine now, as I'm talking to you, you are busy chatting with somebody on WhatsApp. You're not paying attention and taking down notes. That's not, you're already failing in that part of communication, for example. Body language is a very important part of communication. There are some of you, when you're talking, your voice is like you want to die tomorrow. Your voice is like you have not eaten for 2 days. If you look at your face, there's no fun, there's no charisma, there is no confidence. Your body structure is just there. You're just there. My friend will say, you're just there, you get there. Right? That is not communication. You are not going to influence customers. You're not going to influence investors. You're not going to confidently influence stakeholders with that kind of low attitude of communication. So we need to wake up. I'm sure there are many people here who know that they need to be more intentional as far as working on their communication is concerned. Number two, the second skill that you need to develop is the skill of intentionally dealing with negative emotions. Intentionally dealing with negative emotions. It is a skill. Intentionally dealing with negative emotions. It is a skill in business. See, building a successful business in a terrain, in an environment like Cameroon and Africa, where many people believe that you only succeed by getting a job, you only succeed when you work in the government, you only succeed when you travel abroad, or even working for a startup. There are many of your parents and even siblings that did not believe that working for a startup makes sense. I'm sure if you talk to people on my team, they want to tell you that in the early days when they joined the company, I don't think many people in their family understood why they're working for a struggling startup that can barely even pay them 20,000 francs transport, right? So when you are in a harsh environment like this, even apart from that, in a harsh environment where the policies do not really support a thriving business. Corruption, bribery, and all of these negative vices are there to pull you down not to succeed. You need to understand how to intentionally deal with the negative emotion. So it becomes a skill. You don't allow it to chance. There are many of you, you are depressed, you are angry with yourself, with people, because you have allowed your emotions to chance. You have not mastered how to intentionally handle your negative emotions. You're always angry, you're always feeling sad, you're always almost feeling depressed because of what somebody said to you. Like I was laughing at somebody, some of you get angry because you heard that your friend was gossiping your name. And then so what? When they gossip your name, did they reduce your one ear or one eye because they gossip your name? You get angry unnecessarily because somebody was gossiping your name. You need to learn how to bypass that and focus on going forward. That is a skill. That is a skill. Building a successful business can be very challenging if some negative emotions are holding you back. Negative emotions from what people are doing around you, which now affects you, how you feel and how you look at things. Negative emotions can also include doubt when you are building your own business. You doubt if this business will go forward. You are afraid of your own future. You are afraid if this thing is worth it. That is some negative emotion. You need to know how to manage it. Or you have been investing a lot of time in your business and you're seeing just little progress. The business is not progressing as you expected. If you don't know how to manage your negative emotions, you will not know how to be patient and you'll quickly give up on that business. You see? So you need to understand how to do that. So mastering how to handle negative emotions will contribute a lot to how far you will go in your business. And there are a couple of techniques, a couple of basic things that entrepreneurs should do when it comes to handling negative emotions. Number one, know thyself, know yourself, and be very clear about your mission and the vision that you have for that business or for that career. So that when emotions are coming, you stay true to yourself. Like somebody was asking me in the WhatsApp group when I shared my old time picture of slaying in the village. What, I don't forget the question exactly, but you know, it was talking about what really brought me to that and all of that, right? One of the biggest things that kept me going was that I knew where I was going. And majority, I can say 100% of the people around me in those days in Congo, they had no idea what I was doing. They didn't know, because in those days, becoming a coach, public speaking trainer, consultant was not as popular as it is today. Now you can start, somebody can quickly believe you because they can even look at somebody and say, you know what, oh, you mean what Joybert is doing? There's a blueprint, there's a reference. So in 2011 and 12 and 13, there was no reference really. So it was something relatively very new. You see, so if I did not have a clear mission and a clear vision of where I was going and what I was building, the negativity around from people around would have really stopped me. So you need to have very clear objectives, vision for yourself. Number two, learn how to intentionally stay away from negative people. There are some people you know around you that the only thing that can come out from their mouth is negativity. You already know them. So find a way to stay away from them. That is what babies will do. For mature people, find a way to focus on what they're saying. Because a negative person can actually point you a gap that you are missing, which can help you to fill in. They can point things that, you know, because you need to know how to analyze an idea from both the positive and the negative. What if I succeed? What if I fail? And you're looking at what if you fail so that you can look at the things that can make you to fail. So you have a plan in place to make sure those things don't happen. So when a negative person is talking to you, me, when somebody is trying to bring negativity around me, I try to push them to hear the why. I want to learn what gap are they seeing that can make me to fail. I forget about whatever they're saying I'm going to fail. That's your problem. I want to hear yours. I want to hear what you have to say. Why do you think I will fail? Tell me. I'll be pushing you to tell me the why. I don't forget whatever you're saying that is, do not hurt me anyway. I've passed that level. So when you're mature now, you can tap on negativity to instead grow, learn and grow, especially filling the gaps that you must have missed when you are doing your own analysis. But if you don't know how to manage your emotions very well, stay away from them totally. But if you are good at managing your emotions, if they are raising issues in that area, focus on the why, focus on looking at the gap they have seen. Why are they so convicted that you will fail? And learn from there and use it to build or cover that particular gap. The third thing I should do to conquer negative emotions or to deal with negative emotions is have friends who are going your way. Try to connect with people who are going your way. Try to connect with other entrepreneurs. Try to connect with other positive thinking people or career people. There are some of you, all of your closest friends are not going your way. Imagine you're trying to build a business and all of your friends are workers and they don't believe that you can build a business in Cameroon and succeed. You need to start seeing you can add more friends into that list of friends. You see, so have more friends going your way, have more entrepreneurial friends, create more friends in PPA, for example. What I was advising the other time, many of you should already have many good relationships and friendships within PPA right now, because there's a community of like-minded people. So the more you connect with them, the better for you. Next is leave personal emotions out of business. This is very critical. Leave personal emotions out of business. Many of us, our emotions have destroyed our businesses because we over-attach our personal emotions into how we run our businesses. So one of the best ways to deal with negative emotions, even from other people and all of that, is to leave personal emotions out of it. Focus a lot on facts, focus on research, focus on policies, focus on systems in place. Like you already have staff, there are certain things going on. Instead of allowing your emotions to determine how you're going to act, look on the policy. What does the staff policy say about this? What does the system in place say about this? How are we supposed to react when this kind of situation happens? What is the company's policy saying about this particular situation? So you need to learn how to keep your personal emotions aside and bring in play the business policies, the business systems, employee policy, and all of that, so you handle certain things. And the last way that you can deal with emotions as an entrepreneur and executive is turn your negative thoughts into positive ones. Yes, intentionally see how you can convert your negative energy, your negative thought into positive thoughts. For example, you're trying to build a business and you keep having this thought, it's going to fail, you're going to fail, or go and get a job and all of that. You're not going to succeed and all of that. Convert that into positive thoughts. Oh, this business is going to succeed. I am building the best business ever. And one of the best ways to convert negative thoughts into positive thoughts is through speaking, declarations. You don't conquer thoughts with thoughts. No, you conquer thoughts with loud voices, with a loud declaration. So if you are thinking about something negative, don't try to conquer it with another positive thought. Conquer it with a positive declaration. Replace that negative thought with a positive thought through a positive declaration. It's a very fast and effective way to conquer negative thoughts and emotions. So that is the second skill, soft skill, that all entrepreneurs and executives must master: intentionally dealing with negative emotions. The third soft skill that is critical for you to master is commit to productive activities. The skill of committing to productive activities. If you are still following, please comment productive activities. Comment committing to productive activities. Yes. The third soft skill that every entrepreneur and executive must master is the skill of committing to productive activities. As an entrepreneur, it is your responsibility as a working executive in a company, in an organization. It is your responsibility to know how to commit your time, your energy, and your focus to productive activities for the day, for the month, for the year even. You have to know how to do that. It is your job as an entrepreneur and as an executive to identify your most important task for the day, for the week, for the month, and commit to those tasks. I am talking about identifying those tasks that will have the highest impact on the business results that you desire. So you identify which activities do we need to commit on, to commit to this week, if we must get the result that we desire. Very critical. Commit to productive activities. Ask yourself, you need to be very good at identifying, okay, this week like this is April. Which productive activities do I need to commit towards to produce the best business results that the business deserves at the moment? Which are those tasks that if we focus on this week, this month, we will have the highest impact on the business results? When you identify them, you discipline yourself to commit to work on these activities. You get the point? You discipline yourself to commit to work on these activities. And here's the difference with the power of committing to productive activities. These activities become non-negotiable. Your feelings don't determine how you commit to these activities. Let me give an example. Like, for example, in my business, I am into the knowledge business. So I sell knowledge, basically. So reading the right books, reading the right articles, reading the right scientific papers become critical if I'm going to succeed. So reading is a core activity. It's a productive activity. So that is why, whether I am tired or I am untired or I am sick, I always say something. If I'm sick, I read. As long as my eyes are not sick and my brain is not sick. That's one funny thing about God there. You notice that when you are sick, your eyes and brain are not sick. I will read. How I feel don't determine whether I should read or not. Reading is like food, it's constant. It's practically constant. I always say something, if I'm sick and I have my laptop, I have my phone, and I have my drugs, I am fine. I am very okay. Life will still proceed as if nothing is going on. Because that is a very important activity if the business must produce results. So you need to identify your productive activities. Hear this, somebody. You can increase your level of achievement in your business by using committed time and focusing on productive activities. There is a way that you can increase achievement in your business and the work you do by understanding and mastering the skill of committing your time, your focus, and your energy to productive activities within a particular season. So take this very serious. Some of you have not been able to handle good results in your business because you don't even know which are your best activities that you need to focus on today, this week. You are just haphazardly everywhere at the same time. So from today, work on focusing on your productive activities. The next skill, the next critical soft skill that every entrepreneur and executive must master if they must accelerate their business results is the art of persuasion. The art of persuasion. The art of persuasion. You need to understand how to persuade people. In business, you are always persuading people. You're always persuading customers to buy from you. You're always persuading them to do repeat and regular purchase from you. You're always persuading them to spend more of their money on you and in your business. You're always persuading investors, persuading partners, technical partners. You're always in the art of persuasion. It is difficult for you to rise in business, especially those of you who are running businesses that cut across B2B, that's business to business, or B2G, business to government. Even business to customers, B2C. But you see, people that you are targeting institutions to buy whatever you're selling, you need to be very good at persuasion. And there are three key things that you need to master if you must succeed in the art of persuasion as an entrepreneur. Number one, you need to be good at identifying what other people care about. There is no way that you can persuade me to buy your product or to believe in you if you don't care, if you don't know what I care about. That's why observing people and understanding people is important in sales. Researching about people, especially B2B people, is important. You understand what people care about. Like if you're selling something to a business and you understand that that business they're having issues, struggling in making sales. So if you're trying to sell a training to them, try to understand what they care about that particular period. Their main focus during that period is to increase sales. So whatever pitching you are doing to them, whatever thing you are doing to persuade them to buy your training service, should be, the discussion should relate around sales, around your ability to train their sales team to be exceptional. Identify what people care about. This is the first step before you can be able to persuade anybody in the business setting. The second element under persuasion that you must master is knowing how to create stories that resonate with the person you're trying to persuade, especially the stories of previous impact. People like to know what have happened to other people. So knowing how to tell a story. I remember somewhere I was bidding for a training, and I picked one of the people that have been in PP and all of that. And I spoke about PP in general, and I shared some of your stories. How some of you are now more committed, you now work hard, you now get up early, you're succeeding in some of your businesses, you're more happy in your careers and all of that. And I shared the story. People were even surprised. Wow, people wake up every 4 a.m. and all of that, and you're coaching them and all of that. Somebody even asked me, what do you tell them to make them wake up at 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. to be in class, right? The story resonated with them, and they were excited with my training proposal. And of course, I got the training. So knowing how to create a story that resonates with the people or the person that you are trying to persuade is important. That's why it has been said that storytelling is one of the most critical soft skills for entrepreneurs and executives. Sometimes just telling people about what their product will do is not good enough. You need to tell a story of what somebody has experienced going through the same challenge they have told you, and how you were able to help that person overcome that challenge. That could be the missing link that will help you make a sale. Know how to tell the story of what you do. And that's why it is important, which is the third thing, of course, after creating stories, know how to communicate the stories with brevity and emotions. You cannot succeed in storytelling when you are not confident, you are not courageous to tell the story, and most importantly, you don't know how to add emotions to the story that you're telling. Don't just tell a story and you're standing like a stick. No body movement, no body language, no facial expression. You're telling the story with the same tone. And you need to know how to play with your voice. Know when to increase your voice, reduce it, lower your voice. Let people enjoy. Tell the emotions in the story. It is very important in persuading people. In the game of persuasion, you are speaking to the heart, not to the mind. Persuasion is like the art of asking a girl out on a date to become your girlfriend for boys, for gentlemen. That is persuasion. Whoever you're persuading will consider that person as the lady you want to ask out. So you must be very good at that. In persuasion, you are not speaking to the mind. You are speaking to the heart. So whatever you say, it is your responsibility to make sure that it is penetrating the heart of the listener. That is the art of persuasion. The next skill that every entrepreneur must master to accelerate business results: track and understand trends. Track and understand trends. That skill, which number is that? Track and understand trends. If you're there, right, track and understand trends. Skill number 5, track and understand trends. See, every entrepreneur, every business, small or big, operates in an industry. And we are in a setting, we are in a period where a lot of trends are happening. Whether you like it or not, trends will disrupt your business. Trends will affect you. Trends will cause a shift in what you do. So if you don't understand how trends will shape the world you live in, or how trends will influence your industry, you are doing yourself a disservice as an entrepreneur and as an executive. Why is this important? Entrepreneurial thinking or succeeding in business is all about generating ideas and recognizing opportunities. How do you expect to recognize opportunities in a society you don't understand the trends that can influence that society or the industry? So it is your job to track the various trends. It could be political trends, technological trends, especially technology right now. You need to know how trends like Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain technology. You need to understand how climate technology, all of these trends, even hazards, negative trends like the war in Russia and Ukraine, political unrest like in Anglophone Cameroon, other hazards like COVID-19. You need to understand all of these trends and how they can affect your business or your industry. It is a very important skill. Many businesses will be kicked out, surprisingly, if they don't understand trends in business. It could be the trend of inflation. I was just having a brief chat with my manager the other day. I was saying, we need to, the inflation is so radical right now. And I spoke about this last week, and this week it has almost doubled. Inflation is crazy right now. Food prices are doubling. And if you are not careful, transport fare may increase. Actually, there's a possibility of that, especially in Cameroon right now. And many things are going to get more expensive. That's a trend that is happening. And there are things causing all of this. So you need to pay attention to trends like that as a business person and as a professional. What is happening outside that may affect you? That the Easter trend, how did the Easter trend affect you positively or negatively? How much did you make from Easter? That was a trend. It has just passed. You see? So it is your responsibility as an entrepreneur to track the trends that can affect your business and your industry. And one of the best ways to do that is to follow and read industry institutions. Read top industry institutions in your sector. If you're in healthcare, what are the top health institutions in the world talking about? If you're in finance, what are the top financial institutions talking about? If you're in education, you need to follow your top institutions. You need to follow thought leaders. What are they talking about? Imagine you're an entrepreneur in Cameroon and you don't read from a whole Mr. Remarkable every day. Something is shocking in your life, right? Just give an example. So you need to read who are the other thought leaders in your industry that are writing stuff. Read what are they saying? What are they anticipating? What are they saying that you should look at? What are they seeing from their perspective? These things are critical as far as your business is concerned. Don't just wake up and you're existing. Don't just wake up and you're just running your business anyhow. You don't know what may or may not happen. Track trends. They are very important. From politics to technology, to health issues, to entertainment and all of that. These are trends that are important for you to track as a business person. Because trends get to influence customers' behavior. Trends get to influence how customers buy. Trends get to influence how customers think. So if customers' thoughts are changing and you are not changing in how you run your business, they will leave you and go buy from somebody they feel comfortable buying from. So it is your job to understand the customer's needs and how to build a service or a product that will fit what they're looking at. And trends will always influence how customers live, how they think, how they buy, and all of that. So it is your responsibility to track and understand trends that are shaping the world in general and shaping your industry in particular. So from today, stop just existing and start understanding how to track trends and how to use them to your advantage. Soft skill number 6, negotiation. Negotiation. I don't know how an entrepreneur can survive without the skill of negotiation. I have no idea how an entrepreneur can survive without knowing how to negotiate. Negotiation is very important for entrepreneurs, for executives. You need to know how to negotiate with clients, negotiate with your partners, negotiate with stakeholders, negotiate with collaborators. You are always negotiating with somebody. And this skill goes hand in hand with persuasion. Learn how to negotiate and seal a deal. So there are 4 critical things, everybody. 4 critical things that I need you all to understand about negotiation and begin to practice them from this very moment. Number 1, you cannot negotiate if you cannot listen. So the first element in negotiation is listening. Know how to listen carefully. Don't listen to respond. Listen to process, to understand, then you can respond. That is the process of listening when it comes to negotiation. Listen to process. You're processing to see gaps. You're processing to see opportunities. You're processing to see how your solution is the best so you can sell better. So in negotiation, always learn to listen to the other party actively. But don't listen so you can respond with grammar. No, listen so you can process, you can understand, and you can communicate. You can now respond intelligently. The second element that you need to pay attention to when you're negotiating or as you build the skill of negotiation is understand what the other side wants. There is no way you can negotiate when you don't understand what the other side wants. Understand what they want. What is their end game? In all the rambling, everybody has an end game. So it is for you to be a better negotiator, always understand what is the end game of this person. So, and you understand this by you can assume based on the scenario, what you guys are talking about, and you can start with assumptions and you can get into facts based on what they have been saying so far. You can now ascertain their end game. You will never be good in negotiation, or you will never seal deals effectively if you are not good at always understanding what the other side wants. The third thing in negotiation, which is very, very important, in every negotiation, please know your worth. Write in the comment section, I know my worth. If you're really confident that you know your worth. Imagine you're selling something and somebody say you're too expensive. If you don't know your worth, you will not know how to negotiate when that statement comes out. If you know the worth of your product, if you know your worth as a professional, write in the chat box that you know your worth. Don't write it because you want to make noise. Make sure you know your worth. Know your worth. I was taught one girl, one guy was asking one of my lady friends out. And then the guy went and messed up and said something funny. And the girl came and was sharing with me, like she's a colleague entrepreneur, and we're laughing. See, and she was saying, see, Joybert, as I find so, and then as I get sent so, right? I was so excited with that. I like it, right? That's knowing your worth. So see, as I find so, and then as I get sent so, say to any guy to tell me, right? That's somebody who knows her worth. It's not pride. It's not anything. You know your worth. You know what you're made of, right? And so she can also negotiate, and tell the guy, these are my terms and conditions. This is the kind of man I want, and this is how I behave. This is the kind of things I want, etc. Right? So know your worth. It is critical in negotiation. You will never negotiate and get a good deal if you negotiate from the place of low self-esteem and from the place of confusion. You don't know what you carry. You don't know what you can bring to the table. You don't know your worth at all. You cannot negotiate if you don't have full confidence that you are the best there is, the best there will ever be. You don't have that in your mindset, in your subconscious mentality. Oh yes, know your worth. In all negotiations, know thy worth. Business chapter 2, verse Joybert. Amen. All right, number 4, the fourth element that you need to know in negotiation is know how to propose a solution or solutions that will benefit the other side. Yes, you're in business and somebody complains of something and they start reducing price. You're a baby business person, very babyish. The fourth element that you need to understand when negotiating as an entrepreneur or as an executive is be very good at proposing solution or a solution that can benefit both sides, that can benefit the other side, or that can benefit you and the other side. Because you have to win, and the other side should win. Win-win negotiation. But you need to be very good at proposing solutions that will benefit the other side. Never forget this. You need to intentionally grow in this area. You will never seal a deal if you negotiate, speak good grammar, and you don't propose a specific, tailored, realistic, practical solution that will benefit the other side. And if you are on the receiving end of the negotiation also, you need to negotiate and make sure whatever you are getting is a good solution for you and your business if you are negotiating on behalf of the business. It is very important to pay attention to this. So we have seen 4 critical elements under the skill of negotiation. Listen carefully, understand what the other side wants, know thy worth, and most important, propose solutions that will benefit the other side. So I believe that from today, you guys are going to become better negotiators. I'm sure you have seen where you have been falling out when you are trying to negotiate a deal for your business. Next, that's number 7, the 7th skill that you need to master: relationship building. Oh yes, relationship building. Relationship building. Relationship building. You need to know how to build relationships. You will not survive in business if you cannot build relationships. You need to know how to build relationships. Build relationship with government officials. Build relationship with legal people. Build relationship with other people in the private sector. Build relationship with whoever is relevant in your business model. It is your responsibility to build relationship with those people. You will struggle in business if you don't know how to build relationships. Look for people that are critical in your business operations. It could be the council, it could be the police, it could be lawyers, it could be other entrepreneurs in other sectors. It could be school administration. it could be politicians, it could be parliamentarians, it could be whoever you think is important in your operations. It is your responsibility to build relationships with them. Never forget this. Stop building a business and isolating yourself. Especially people that don't have the, for some people like us, for us it's easier because we get to attract those people because of the kind of work that we do. For so many people, you need to go to them. You need to go to them and establish the relationships. But of course, like even like me, when they come to me for different things, I always make sure I establish a personal relationship with you. But there are some of you that, like for example, I've had privilege to go and speak somewhere, and there are deals in the crowd, there are mayors there, and all of that. It's easy for me to just be, first of all, just come to me after the session, and we just talk and then we exchange contacts, and we're good to go. So it's easier that way. But if you are not in that kind of position, you need to go. Like I'm asking one of my clients, one thing I asked him to do is that I asked him, go buy wine, go meet the parliamentarian of your locality, talk to the person, because what he was doing, he would need to be in good terms with the parliamentarian. Go talk to the mayor, go talk to the DO, go talk to whoever has relevant. I asked him, visit the parish priest, visit the Baptist pastor, visit the parish pastor of the Presbyterian church. We identify these people and I push him, go there and visit them with a gift. You understand? It's critical. In business, relationships are massively critical in business. Some of you need to step up. Some of you, your surrounding is so empty, no relevant person around you that can make sense. But you want to build a business. 3 important things, 3 very important things that you need to know when it comes to building relationships. 3 of them, very, very important. Number 1, you need to help others unconditionally. Yes. Help others unconditionally. One of the best ways to build relationships. You can just identify somebody, go help them. Just go serve them in the best way you can. And since sometimes it is hard to help some people, this is where gift comes in. You can buy a gift to go give them unconditionally. They won't even expect it. Just go give them a gift. But if you can help them, go and help them if you can. Go and help them if you can. Help them if they're having, let's say, an event. Go and volunteer and serve in the event, for example, unconditionally. That is another way to establish a relationship. But since sometimes it's hard to know what some people are up to, you can just buy a gift. You can buy a significant gift. You can do a portrait, do something that is significant, that they will appreciate, that they will hang somewhere and see, for example. The second element that you need to do when you're building relationships is look for a common interest. Look for a common interest. Look for a common interest. There is no way you can establish relationship with somebody if there is no common grounds. It should be reciprocal. Everybody has interest. Everybody has self-interest. Every human being on earth, even Jesus Christ, has self-interest to convert you to his beliefs. Everybody has self-interest. So you need to find a common ground where you all can relate and understand each other. You know, we can be friends because we share this common interest. We agree on this. We can help each other achieve this. That is how you establish a relationship. Always look for the common ground with that person you desire to build a strong relationship with. And the third element, when it concerns building relevant relationships in business, is always add value before asking for something in return. I always like to say, always be the person giving first. Give first. What value do you have that you can give first? Always add value before asking for something in return in any business relationship. What do you have to give? Give first. Some people have asked for favors from people and they have never received because you are asking, you are not valuable to the person, you've never added value to their life, they don't even see any need to help you or stand up for you. Find a way to keep somebody in a condition that they have no choice than to help you when you need help. Always add value before asking for something in return. Or even if you're already giving the value or somebody's even doing something, add a gift to it, add extra value, go the extra mile. Sometimes when you go the extra mile, add extra value for the service you're even paid to do, it establishes a better relationship in that kind of situation. So you need the skill of building relevant relationships as far as business is concerned if you must thrive. Remember these three elements as you strive to build better relationships. Help others unconditionally. When I mean others, it means you have identified those relevant people around you that you want to build a relationship with them. Go and help them, if not, give them a significant gift. Number two, look for common interest. Look for areas where you guys can understand. Find what they want to achieve and communicate with them from that level. Show them how you can help them to achieve. And of course, while you're helping them to achieve anything, you're also achieving something. And number three, always add value before asking for something in return. Always add value before asking for something in return. So those are the skills we're going to look at for this particular session. Next session tomorrow, we will look at the other 6 or 7 additional skills again, and then we can round up on the critical soft skills for business results and acceleration. All right, everybody, that's for today's session. We can take a few questions and we round up.